Well, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time zone you're located in. Welcome to our event here at Amazon. We're really excited to be speaking with each and every one of you about how you can make an impact in Amazon operations coming this summer, full-time opportunities, internships. So we definitely have a lot to talk about. So I definitely want to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to introduce myself and also introduce our panel as well. So my name is Josh, like I mentioned. I started off Amazon as an intern. So I started out human resources intern back in 2016. So that's how I got my foot in the door at Amazon 5.5 years ago. Been with the company ever since. So from North Carolina, I went to the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, graduated. Then I moved with Amazon to Columbia, South Carolina, then transferred to Charlotte, North Carolina, made a big East Coast, West Coast jump, and now I'm over here in Phoenix, Arizona. So Amazon's been a really cool company to be a part of. And yeah, we're really excited to be sharing with you how you can definitely jump in here at Amazon. So we'll go ahead and introduce our panel. We got Benjamin and Lexi. So go ahead and start off with Lexi. So Lexi, just let us know your name, what university you're coming from, and what you currently do for Amazon.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lexi Foreman. I am a Penn State University grad. I have been with Amazon now for 2.5 years. So one being the internship program, which I completed as a rising senior in 2020, and then accepted a full-time offer with Amazon in 2021. And I'm currently an inbound full-time area manager at Phil 6, located in Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you for joining us, Lexi. And we got Benjamin. Go right ahead, Benjamin.
Yeah, of course. So my name is Benjamin Vernon. I graduated Arizona State University with a bachelor's in sociology and business. I've been with Amazon for about 2.5 years. I started with Amazon at corporate central operations as a central operations associate, basically did driver support, worked with the Whole Foods shoppers, ethics hotline, all that stuff. Was then promoted to be an area manager out at VGT1 located in North Las Vegas. Launched that building, very successful, and then transitioned back to Phoenix, Arizona to get my master's. And now I'm in a short-term assigned recruiter position, basically where I travel to different colleges, recruiting college candidates for operations. They're currently located in Reno right now for the UNR job fair.
Awesome. Yeah, so we got a really neat panel. Ones that started out, as an intern, other who started out, right after college, while also working for Amazon in college. So definitely have a lot to go over. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go and start sharing my screen. So everybody should always see the smile, especially if you shop on Amazon, definitely see these vans going all over your neighborhood, especially all the packages. So yeah, so welcome everybody. Definitely here at Amazon, we believe future Amazonians exist everywhere. So I see some people are from Puerto Rico, East Coast, West Coast, all over America. But to build the company's the Earth's most customer-centric company, our responsibility is to discover student leaders, just like hopefully all of you, and inspire them to meet their full potential. So here at Amazon, we are definitely heavily involved with our leadership principles. It's just the way that we kind of like, our day-to-day tasks, the way that we govern ourselves. And as you can see over here, it ranges everything from customer obsession, which of course, I'm sure all of you shop on Amazon. I'm sure a lot of you bought things within like the past 2 weeks, past week, today, an hour ago, maybe just a couple minutes while on this call. But yeah, Amazon's really become a part of our daily lives. And before if you really think about it, either like watch things on Amazon Prime, buy things, you go to Whole Foods, Amazon Music, just Twitch, all that cool stuff. So Amazon definitely has a lot of really neat customers all over the world. So we always want to put the customer first. And then all the other ones, I won't go through the entire list, but a lot of these are really good leadership principles, not just for here at work, but also for at home as well. Like one of my favorites is earn trust. So you definitely want to earn the trust of those that you're working with. However, you can also take that into your daily lives. Like you want to earn the trust of your friends, your family, your significant other, frugality, bias for action, think big. A lot of these can be something that we can definitely, use in our personal lives while also here at Amazon. So yeah, these are just leadership principles that our former CEO, Jeff Bezos, put together. 2 of them were added here recently. That's the bottom 2. And yeah, so these are our leadership principles. So definitely ways that we govern ourselves here at Amazon and hold ourselves to that high standard. So definitely here at Amazon, of course, we invite all walks of life to come to Amazon. So everything from Asians at Amazon, Latinos at Amazon. So basically, these are just groups formed with, excuse me, within Amazon, so people can have like a community within Amazon. I know we just had Hispanic Heritage Month here recently, so I know a lot of sites all over the country had some really cool like Latino celebration, Hispanic celebrations and stuff. Like I said, Ben, Black Employee Network, Warriors at Amazon, so those who used to be in the military. So definitely lots of avenues to really get plugged in and get involved here at Amazon. And as you can see, we launched mental health last year, and you see the arrows pointing that way. So that means there's going to be a lot more groups. Maybe you can think of a group if you ever decide to join us here at Amazon that you want to start. That'd be really cool. We started this all the way back in 2005. So as you can see, like I mentioned, arrows pointing that way. That means we got a lot more groups out there. And then maybe if you have a great idea, especially here at Amazon, we love to, explore that and see how we can make that into a reality. So definitely lots of affinity groups here at Amazon. So if you ever do decide to join us, make sure you get plugged into one. It'd be a great way to really like meet fellow Amazonians and also kind of promote that really close culture that we have here. So as I mentioned before, Amazon basically is just like a worldwide name. It started, back in the garage in Seattle at Jeff Bezos' place, and now like 25, almost close to 30 years later, here we are. Everything from buying things at Amazon. Everyone has like a Kindle or knows someone who has a Kindle who likes to read books. AWS, which is huge. I'm sure a lot of universities utilize AWS. Whole Foods, Amazon Fresh, Amazon Go. But yeah, just so many different things that Amazon is a part of. And yeah, and of course, it keeps growing and growing as we keep, acquiring new companies and, definitely utilizing the next big idea and to make it into reality. So definitely a neat time to join us here at Amazon as we just keep growing and growing. Yeah, so as we know, operations is at the heart of the Amazon experience. So like I said, I'm sure I can ask all 133 of you, how many of y'all shop on Amazon? And I'm sure a large majority of you would say yes. So yeah, definitely when it comes to buying things at Amazon, you're probably wondering like, how in the world do they get our items here so fast? And yeah, this is definitely how we do it. So operations, so we're looking for managers, human resources, we're looking for health and safety specialists. As you can see here, this is where all the boxes come through. So I always want to make sure that the packages are delivered and received during the time that you've expected as well. So lots of moving hands, definitely not a one-person event. We definitely rely on other departments, to making sure that you and I as customers get what we want during the time that we want it as well. So a lot of you may ask, like, what is an FC? I've heard so many things, I've seen them pop up in my neighborhood or in the big city near my airport, but like, what is it? So FC stands for fulfillment center. So that's where all the packages are located to where they get, shipped to your house via our delivery stations. Probably see the blue vans buzzing around our neighborhood. So I'll talk a lot more about that. So in a basic FC, it kind of starts off with inbound. So inbound is when we received all the products. So we have a team that actually like unloads all the products from the van. And then stowing is when they actually either utilize robots or actually, people take the products that's been from inbound and they go ahead and place it on the shelves or all the mods. So while people are stowing the product, there's gonna be people who's literally gonna be picking out the products as soon as they are stowed. So that's the pick department. So either we have robots to do that, or sometimes the other people physically like pick out the products and stuff, just depending on what type of building. So there's like the pick department, and then pack. Pack is really cool. Probably wonder like, how do you know exactly how many of the airbags to put in my box to make sure the item gets safe and stuff. So yeah, we definitely have really cool, neat technology and really neat machines that really help us making sure that your product gets safely delivered to your house. So that all happens in the pack department. Sortation, so making sure everything gets sorted out correctly by either zip code or by size of boxes, more like the sorting stuff, and then shipping. So shipping is when we go ahead and have a team that goes ahead and puts all the products in the back of the trailers, just making sure that everything is packed to the brim. And then from there, that truck would go to our sort center where they go ahead and unload it, put everything out, sort everything out by zip code. And then from the sort centers, when they go ahead and have trucks go to delivery stations. So that's the last mile. So that's when, like I said, where you get to see the blue vans in your neighborhood, get delivered to your house. So that's a very, very basic view of how Amazon operates. A lot more moving parts, as you can imagine, especially with how Amazon operates. But yeah, that's a very, very basic view of how whenever you click buy on Amazon and click pay and how it gets delivered to your house. So a lot of moving hands, a lot of moving parts. So typical sites, like I mentioned, there's fulfillment centers, a warehouse style building that stores products, fulfill customer orders, all that good stuff. AR, so Amazon Robotics. So probably maybe a lot of like engineering or tech majors here. Amazon Robotics are really, really cool. So these buildings are similar to our traditional FCs, but they use Amazon Robotics to help fulfill customer orders. So that's really neat. Cross-dock, they help maximize efficiency for our inbound and outbound operations by applying a hub and spoke distribution method to the Amazon fulfillment network. So I used to work at a cross-dock. So basically, cross-docks are in between the merchant and Amazon. So the merchant would send stuff to our cross-dock building, and then from there, we go ahead and send it out to the different fulfillment centers or AR sites. So just like a little step in the process. Sort centers, that's the second to last step before it gets to your house. So they take all the products in packages, sort them out by zip code, just make sure they're going to the appropriate delivery station that's going to be in your area. So yeah, really neat delivery stations. Like I mentioned, probably see these blue vans buzzing around your neighborhood. So that's the last mile. So yeah, making sure that the customers get what they want during the time that they, wanted it as well. So it's a critical component to making sure that we get, everything, ordered correctly, make sure everything gets placed correctly. So like I said, so you and I get the products that we want during the time that we requested it as well. We also have Amazon Pharmacy, which is really neat. You can definitely have your prescriptions, online and stuff, and have it delivered to your house. Fresh pantry, I could go literally on and on. GSF, Amazon Air. So we have our own middle mile network that was developed to create faster deliveries for our customers by leveraging Amazon's own fleet of airplanes. So that's really neat too. So who knows what other avenues that our leadership, in Seattle and all over the world have in mind of really like expanding Amazon to what it is now. So basically our roles here at Amazon operations, we've got full-time roles. So if you are a college graduate between May 2021 until now, or if you're going to be graduating in December or May, definitely check out these full-time opportunities. We got area managers, workplace health and safety, human resources, loss prevention, and then same thing for internships. So area manager internship, which is what Lexi used to be, workplace health and safety, HR intern. I was an HR intern, and we also have loss prevention internships as well. Yeah, so a little bit more about the area manager internship. So this is one of our interns from this past summer. So definitely open to all those with a bachelor's graduation date of December 2023 to August 2024 of all majors. So all majors can learn how to benefit from leading a team, interpreting data on your own, and then definitely making a huge impact, especially in our associates' lives as well. So you're going to help communicate policies to your team, ensure procedures are followed. So you're going to be basically glued to the hip of an area manager who does this full time. You get to learn from him or her, how he or she, operates and how he or she like runs shifts and stuff. So definitely a great hands-on experience of definitely developing leadership ability, definitely developing like reading Excel and different types of programs to really make those great decisions that really benefit us as the customers. So teams can be anywhere between 50 associates to 200 associates while partnering with an experienced member of Amazon operations. So yeah, area manager intern, it's a really, really neat opportunity to really just kind of get your foot in the door at Amazon and explore operations, explore what it is being inside a fulfillment center where all the fun stuff happen, where packages go in and out of. So it's a really neat opportunity to be an area manager intern. So full-time area managers, definitely it's going to be, more like that leadership role. You're going to have, like a mentor, someone, especially if you're starting out. But yeah, you're going to be definitely owning a department or owning a specific place like within an Amazon fulfillment site. So learning to lead a team, manage, develop, same thing, 50 to 200 associates, communicate policies to associates, act as the primary information source for the team, creating and managing support recognition projects. So yeah, so lots of really neat opportunities. I like to say it's more like a leadership role, but also like, being a part of a team. So you got to be a team player, and you also got to lead as well. So yeah, definitely a lot of really neat opportunities, especially to learn and gain from working as an area manager here at Amazon. So yeah, as you can see, a lot of you may ask about career paths, what does it look like here at Amazon? Is that even possible to like grow within Amazon? So question is absolutely yes, for sure. So let's just say if you start out as a college graduate, you're gonna start off as an L4. So our entry level management position. And then from there, you can just kind of see this goes all the way up to like an L5 manager, operations manager. So you can be responsible for area managers underneath you. And then you go up to senior ops and then site lead, general manager, regional director. So you can only really go up from here at Amazon, especially with the different opportunities and different roles here that you can definitely learn, gain from, and really get that really neat experience. So not very many companies really pride themselves in like developing their people, especially here at Amazon. So yeah, we'll talk a lot more about that, especially from our panel as well. Potential shifts. So as y'all know, Amazon, we don't sleep. So definitely a 24/7 operation. So you could be assigned working a front half shift, so Sunday through Wednesday day shift. You could be working a night shift, so Wednesday through Saturday night. Most likely it's 4 days on and then 3 days off. So it's like always having an extra day of the weekend pretty much every week. So I know sometimes the holiday falls on a Monday. If you're working Monday through Friday, you usually get that Monday off. But for here at Amazon, it's really neat. So basically you get a 3-day weekend pretty much every week. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so day shift, night shift, shifts are fixed. And so they won't vary week by week. But just keep in mind, if we get like super busy, especially with peak coming up, there could be times where we may ask you to stay like an hour longer, just making sure that everything is all in place. Definitely for the next shift to come in right after to pick up the mantle and then, head out to making sure that you and I get the products that we want during the time we want as well. But yeah, so some of you hopefully are interested. We definitely would love to see y'all's application. So you may ask, so how do I get started? Like, what's the process? So definitely applying online, definitely a great way to make sure that you, are heard by us. Make sure you are open to nationwide relocation. So we talk more about relocation here from our panel, open to working nights, holidays, weekends. So once you apply, there's going to be a virtual assessment. So in that assessment, just like a 30 to 45-minute test, just making sure it's like everything from like personality, behavioral based, all that good stuff. So making sure that you, complete that. And then after that, we would go ahead and depending on how the assessment goes, we'll go ahead and invite you to an online interview event. So in that online interview event, we'll definitely make sure we send you a lot of prep packets before, just so you know what to expect. How we interview here at Amazon is a lot different, maybe if you interviewed at other companies. Definitely a leadership principle, STAR method, all that good stuff. And then, yeah, let's just say if you pass the interview, you're going to be going to our offer placement stage. So we have a really great team that works tirelessly just to make sure that you have at least the top 3 locations that you have in mind that you really want to be relocated to, or if you want to stay. So you're going to be able to pick from a list of different locations. You're going to rank them from like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we do our very, very best. Of course, anything can change, especially with operations, especially business needs. So definitely keep that in mind. But we will do our very best to make sure you do get your first, at least your top 3 locations. And then offer. So we'll go ahead and send you an offer after we finalize placement. Usually the offer starts off with your base pay, your salary, restricted stock units, all that good stuff, start date, to making sure that you have exactly like what you need. Make sure you have all your questions answered before you decide to pursue a career with us here at Amazon. So really straightforward process, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's just say if you're not graduating till May, you're like, well, should I wait till April to apply? The answer is no. You can literally apply now, going through the interview process now. And let's just say it's mid-November, you already got your offer. We're going to hold that offer for you until you graduate. So if you're either graduating in December or May, we'll go ahead and hold that offer for you until you graduate. So that's how it was with me. So, I started out, I graduated, December of 2017. And then I started work for Amazon when I graduated, which was shortly right after. So like in January of the following year was when I started. So yeah, it was a really neat opportunity. I'm definitely a lot less stressed as you're trying to do the senior scramble, trying to find a job, making sure that you pay all your bills, especially at the end of your time at school. So definitely something to keep in mind as well. All right, so this is where I'm going to ask if all of you would take your phones. So go ahead, pull up your phone. This is a neat QR code. So go ahead and scan that. So once you scan that, it's just going to ask you probably about 5 questions, like what university you're coming from, what your name is, best contact info, because we're going to send out like a thank you email. Thank you for joining us here at this Amazon event. And then you get to tell us like what you're interested in, whether it's area manager, human resources, workplace health and safety. So we definitely have a lot of opportunities and yeah, lots of needs, especially all over the country. As you know, Amazon keeps popping up with all these different locations. So yeah, we need managers, future leaders here at Amazon. We need a great support team like human resources, safety, just to make sure that we all, you know, fulfill that customer promise. So really neat opportunity. So go ahead, scan that, and then go and fill that out. And then yeah, make sure you just fill that out so we can definitely stay in contact. And then we'll send you a lot of links. We'll send you all of our LinkedIn profiles. So we'd love to stay in contact for sure, especially here if you have any questions about the interview process or just anything in general relating to Amazon. We'd be glad to help you out from there. All righty. So next up, we got our awesome panelists. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Yeah, for some of you who don't have the capability to, you know, scan that, that's totally okay. I'll partner up with a Way Up team to make sure I get like, you know, contact info, email addresses. So no worries if you're unable to scan that QR code. All right, so we're going to shift gears over here. I've been talking a lot, so I'm sure y'all want to hear from our panelists. So we're going to go ahead and have our panelists, Ben and Lexi. So really excited to be chatting up with them. So my first question would go to Lexi. So Lexi, I know you were a former intern at Amazon. I'm sure a lot of those on the call, you know, maybe are considering internships or whatnot. But can you tell us like what type of projects do interns usually work on, or what did you work on? And we'd love to hear like any type of specific examples.
Absolutely. So my internship was a little bit different compared to what's currently going on now. As I said, my internship was during COVID, so all of that was virtual. So we basically have a PR FAQ, which in a nutshell is a process improvement idea or just an overall idea that we have for Amazon as a whole. And it can literally be anything that you have, like a university recruiting idea or a process improvement idea that we learned about through the internship program. So that's what I did. I had a process improvement idea for getting people more knowledgeable about the process improvements that we have at Amazon. But speaking on to the internship programs that we have had here at Phil 6, they have worked on different process improvement ideas, whether that be within the department or as a whole. And I'm trying to think of a specific idea that we had. I believe we had a relocation of a stow queue that we had one of our interns kind of take on and own as their summer project. So yeah, I think in a nutshell, that was pretty much some of the process improvement ideas and some of the projects that we've worked on.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, lots of really neat project ideas really start out as intern projects, and then now I get to see them like evolve and grow into, you know, standards for sure. Yeah, thanks for sharing, Lexi. All right, next up is for Ben. Ben, what makes a candidate a good fit for at Amazon? Like, what are you looking for a good candidate to be a good fit?
So obviously previous experience is a plus, but it's not necessary. I look for someone that's detail oriented, someone that's open-minded, someone that's willing to learn, and just someone that's ready to try something new, because I know when I applied to the area manager position, I had a lack of knowledge when it came to supply chain operations, and Amazon gave me the chance to understand it, and it helped me further my career. So just hope for the next applicant to just have the same kind of passion as I did.
Yeah, that's very cool. Very cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Ben. Lexi, so what's the typical day in your life as an area manager? Like, you know, just give us kind of like a run through, like what you go through, and then to give us a better idea of like what to expect for those who are interested.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a great point to touch on. So when I come in first thing in the morning, we run some pre-shift data just to see what our freight forecast will be, what kind of freight we'll be dealing with throughout the course of the day. Of course, for inbound, we're going to be looking at what's going in. Outbound would be looking at due outs or CE, looking at what their forecast is for sending stuff out of the building. So I'm looking at a bunch of different reports, assessing attendance and welcoming everybody to work. We conduct our startup meetings, which is getting everybody ready, filling them in on daily reports or any information that they might need throughout the course of the day. Then my main job is to make sure that everybody is happy, make sure everybody is safe, and making sure that I'm engaging with my team. Ultimately, that's what we're here for. We're here to engage with our team and make sure that we're doing everything that we can as managers to make their experience at Amazon that much more enjoyable. But throughout the course of the day, you can find me delivering feedbacks, continuing to run reports just to make sure that we're on pace to hit all of our goals throughout the course of the day. And then towards the end, we wish our associates farewell, and then we get all of our post-shift reporting done. So that's a little bit of what I do on a day-to-day basis. But again, that's all subject to change based off of the day.
Right. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And then as y'all know, the holidays are coming up, Christmas, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So yeah, that may be how maybe a typical day, but especially with the holidays coming up, we're gonna be a lot busier. So yeah, so thank you, Lexi, for sharing that. Next question goes to Ben. What hours shift does this position require? And is this a permanent role? Or will you always be on that shift, or will there be like room for like, rotations or yeah?
So I'm not going to promise that there will be shift rotation every. So obviously nothing is permanent in Amazon. It's always day one. So we're always open to new things, and we have the ability to change our shifts when needed to. So I would say that there will be a rotation, but the timeline could be between 6 to a year. So just be open-minded. I worked back half nights for about a year, and I'm actually going to be transitioning into day shift, hopefully, in the next coming weeks. So just stay positive.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely working day shift and night shift, you kind of get a good feel of the building, especially how nighttime operates, then versus day shift and stuff. So it really gives you a good understanding of how Amazon operates, especially around the clock. Because I buy things in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh, I need to get that. And then, there's somebody at a fulfillment center taking out that product, making sure I get it during the time that I wanted it as well. So thank you, Ben. Thanks for sharing. Next up, Lexi, what is the culture of the company like? And what are some of the leadership styles of management? Or like, what do you use?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I think Amazon has a very peculiar culture. We are very unique in the fact that anybody can really implement any idea that we have. As I was touching on in the previous question, we just form a process improvement paper and we present it to a senior team and it's a go. So we can really implement any idea that we have. We can say, hey, like, what if we did this? Or what if we changed this to that? And it can happen within an instant. And you're taking on a project and you're suddenly the owner of it. So that's what I think is really unique about Amazon. And that's why I say that we're very peculiar. In terms of leadership styles, I would say we have a very delegative leadership style. I think we like to have our, I guess in my case, as an area manager, we have what we call process assistants, a process assistant that is right underneath us. So we have the ideas and we can kind of allow the process assistants to own their process, own their department, and really take those projects on. So we can put tasks to other people to give them the chance to take on projects. But I think we also have a very participative leadership style as well. We really like to get every insight, every idea put together and then commit to one common goal. So I would say that's a big thing at Amazon as well. We like to get a lot of opinions. We like to get a lot of feedback. So very much a participative leadership style as well.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Great answer. Thanks for sharing. All right, Benjamin, so next question's for you. What are some tips for preparing for the interview process?
Yeah, so I'm a huge proponent of metrics and the STAR method. And the STAR method is basically situation, task, action, result. And it's a nice way to organize your stories. So it's a clear description of what you personally did or what your team did to solve the problem. I personally love the STAR method. Also, take a look into the Amazon leadership principles. At Amazon, we're very huge on leadership and we're very big on just organizing our thoughts and committing to the plan. So if you actually look at leadership principles, you'll be able to see a clear description of what the interviewers are looking for. And obviously safety is the #1 priority. So that's another little tidbit.
Awesome. Yeah, very cool. And like I said, the time to interview is now. So some of you may like, oh, summer's like, many months away. Like it'll literally be here before you know it. So you want to make sure you want to go ahead and snag an internship, snag that full-time offer. So you can definitely focus on doing well the very last year of your school, or internship, definitely working on other projects and stuff. But yeah, definitely the time to apply for internships is now, and full-time opportunities. So yeah, thank you, Ben, for providing that insight. Next question, Lexi, what is your favorite part about working as an area manager at Amazon? What's your favorite part?
I think my favorite part of being an area manager at Amazon has to be the people. I really have such a phenomenal team here, and we all really work well together. And it's really interesting being in a managerial position because you get so many diverse thoughts and you really get to hear multiple points of view. And honestly, the associates or the process assistants can give you an idea like, hey, I never really thought of that. And you can see things from different viewpoints. So I think that's my favorite part of being able to hear different opinions, different viewpoints, and really get to hear the voice of the associates.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. And Benjamin, what's your favorite part about working as an area manager?
My favorite part is, oh geez, I want to copy Lexi here, but I do love the people. I had about 122 direct reports at VGT1. And when we launched the building, we actually had to build our culture itself because there was no culture before we got there. So it was really cool seeing everyone's viewpoints, and being a new building, there was a lot of things that needed to be implemented from previous buildings. So I would take other managers' ideas, I would use it for myself. And then a lot of my associates, they had some genius ideas about how they could make the place more safe, and we implemented those. And I sent out a lot of emails to the leadership team, and they all loved the ideas. One of them being knee pads. We didn't have knee pads when we first launched the building, and it's like essential in every other building. And a lot of the associates were complaining, and they were suggesting that we would get it into VGT1, and we did. It was successful. And yeah, so really love the people. Sorry, Lexi.
That's okay. It's a good answer.
Yeah, for sure. I guess with mine, yeah, I would definitely have to say, of course, the people, but I love having a company to where, if you have an idea, as long as you can like back it up with data or back it up with a need, like as to why we need it, you definitely have your manager's support until like you're taking it, launching it and stuff. I can think of like some other ideas I've had in my past roles here at Amazon. I started off an idea like, why don't we do it this way? We've been doing it this way for so long. Why can't we do it this way? And they're like, yeah, write up a paper about it, try to back it up with data if it's something needed. And then, yeah, I can think of so many examples of that. So just that ingenuity of Amazon, like honestly, Amazon would be the company that's today if we just, did the same thing day to day and kind of stayed inside that box. But yeah, Amazon, we keep, expanding the box, thinking way outside the box to where, yeah, we really wouldn't be the company we are today if like Bezos and all the other future leaders just like, yeah, well, let's just keep it the way it is. We've always done it this way. Let's not, shake up the economy or shake up, the whole markets or anything like that. But no, especially here at Amazon, we always say it's day one. I know Benjamin mentioned that earlier. Oh, it's day one, a day one mentality. So what does that mean? That means, starting out every day as like it's your first day with that fresh excitement, fresh set of eyes, why are we doing it this way? Let's do it this way and stuff. So yeah, that's definitely my favorite part here at Amazon. The last question, and then we can definitely open up to any questions y'all have for some of the remaining time. But Lexi, so you said you graduated from Penn State, I believe. What courses or certifications will help me stand out in the application process? Like, what do you recommend as far as like courses or anything like that I can take here in college?
Yeah, in college, I will personally say I was a management major, and I felt like that aligned very nicely with what the AM role requires. But having said that, it's open to any major. So I would say if you wanted to get more of a managerial background, just so that you're more familiar with leading people and experiencing that, I would say maybe psychology or supply chain management or any type of business certification, really. But again, Amazon is open to all majors, and truly you fit right in no matter what major you are. So yeah, I would say those types of certifications would be best.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. And great point, Lexi. All of our positions are open to all majors because, all majors can learn and benefit from leading a team, whether you're management, supply chain, or English, literature, history, or, pretty much anything. Everyone can learn how to, speak well with others, lead a team, but also listen as well. So lots of really, really good, really cool attributes that you can pull from this area manager position as well. But yeah, so that's all the questions that we have. So for like the next couple minutes or so, we're going to go ahead and take some questions. So if y'all have any questions, feel free to hit up the chat box. I know Benjamin was doing a really good job in answering the questions. So thank you, Ben, for that. But yeah, so any other questions, and then we can wrap up probably around like 10:45 or so. But definitely wanted to open up to any questions anybody has. And if no questions, that's totally okay. We'll go ahead and give some time back. And I'll go and send out that email, making sure you have all of our contact info, links for our applications, interview tips, because we definitely want to make sure that you feel successful and supported during this interview process.
So I just saw the question. The question is for every panelist: what's the greatest challenge you faced in a role and how did you overcome it? The greatest challenge I ever faced was our building was supposed to launch in September, but unfortunately it was delayed in March just because of supply chain issues. It was very difficult to not having a team for a very long time. And a lot of people got frustrated because we were sent out to a certain place to launch a building and it wasn't ready in time. And it was a long procedure of just being basically assistant managers to the actual area managers at other locations, Goodyear, Arizona, and Las Vegas. And it was very frustrating, but I took the time to really understand the role. And it was great to have that extra training because I feel like if I did just hop into the area manager role without the excessive training that I did get, I wouldn't be as successful. And I was definitely open-minded and I definitely put one foot forward, asked questions as much as I could. And when it was time to launch the building, I had one of the best connection scores, which is basically surveys to indicate how well you are doing as a manager. And my safety scores were extremely well too. So I felt like I did succeed because I had the extra time. And even though it seemed as a dark time, not having an actual team or anything like that, I succeeded by just being the open-minded individual I am. So yeah.
That is such a great question. That's one of my favorite ones. I think my biggest challenge so far in my area manager role, so Josh referred to our busy time as peak, right? I was the only inbound area manager on front half days throughout the entire peak. So my counterpart was actually on paternity leave, had his baby the Friday before peak started. So I was alone throughout that time. And it was my first peak last year. And it was a challenge at times for sure, because the role responsibilities of two people became one on me. So thankfully I had a great team to leverage and had such encouragement and really just had to dig deep, persevere, and keep that day one mentality. And thankfully that got me through.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. I know I see some interest for human resources, so that's awesome. So we'll definitely go ahead and send out, making sure that everybody fills out that QR code if you haven't. But for some reason, I think someone mentioned that they had it on their phone. I'll be getting the email addresses from our Way Up representative. So we'll go ahead and send out like all of our positions that we're talking about, just because we have a huge need and demand for area managers. That's why we kind of spend like more time talking about area managers. But we do have the other positions like human resources. So we'll make sure that we send that to you as well. Tim had a question related to under consideration status. Like, what is the process? How long does it usually take? Just depends on what you apply to, Tim. If it's anything, let's just say if it's like software engineering, I know with that position, there are a ton of applicants and none of us are in that department, but I know that they have a lot of candidates that they're going through. So if it's been like a month or so, especially with a large volume of candidates, that might be pretty typical, especially with internships, full-time opportunities. So I would definitely, and you do receive like periodic emails and stuff, so making sure that you stay in contact for sure. And it's whatever emails that they were to send you, make sure you just answer them promptly so you can get your application going through that. Next question, can a U.S. citizen be area manager in a fulfillment center in Canada? That's a good question. I know it just kind of just depends. Maybe if you're a dual citizen, possibly. But for us, I'm not really sure because I don't recruit for any Canadian positions. We all just recruit for the United States position. So not too sure about that, but definitely when you go ahead and find an application that you want to apply to online, it'll show you what the specific requirements are. Just make sure that you do fill those requirements that they're looking for. Raquel asked, do you get paid as an intern? And absolutely. Lexi, yeah, we can definitely attest to that. I definitely enjoyed my internship. I got to relocate, so that was really cool. So they paid me per hour, gave me a rental car, housing, stipend, and all that. So I always like to tell people if I could intern the rest of my life, I would, because it was such an awesome experience. But yes, so they do pay. And Chanel, there are logistics departments. Our logistics department's gonna be more like AMZL, like the last mile. Yeah, so that's definitely the answer to that question as well. But yeah, no, these are really, really great questions. Yeah, and I think you asked Chanel. I don't have a sister named Brittany, but like I said, if she's from North Carolina, we're probably related. So that's the answer to that. But yeah, let's see. For the final 3 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. But yeah, any last questions for the final 3 minutes? It's 10:45 here in Pacific. I know some of you maybe take a break from class. I know Lexi took a break from being out on the floor as an area manager. So yeah, we definitely want to make sure that we're mindful of everybody's time as well.
Yeah, I saw one here, Josh. So Chris
Sure.
asked, are area manager promotions dependent on performance or years of experience? And what is the best way to push for a promotion as an area manager? So that's an excellent question. I would say it typically depends on a mixture of both. I would say your performance definitely has to meet that promotion bar, but I would also say that certainly your tenure would help with that as well. The best way to push for a promotion as an area manager, I said this in the last panel that I did, and I think it holds true. Keep that day one mentality every single shift that you walk in. So you're all potential interns, right? So never lose sight that every single day that you are coming on the job, you are interviewing. So whether you're interviewing for a full-time position in your case, or you're interviewing for promotion, like every single day is a testament to how you lead and how you perform as a manager. So that would be the best answer to that question.
Great answer. That's such a great answer. Thank you, Lexi. All right. So final 2 minutes. Go ahead and put your questions if you have anything. Also be on the lookout, like I said, for the email we'll be sending out later on today. Just thanking y'all for attending this event. And you're also going to have like our LinkedIn outreach profiles if you ever want to connect with us on LinkedIn. Definitely a great way. A little quick plug for LinkedIn, quick commercial. If you haven't logged on to LinkedIn, haven't made an account, go ahead and do so. It's free. Ben can attest, that's how we do a lot of our recruiting is on LinkedIn, also in person, also handshake, also this way up opportunity as well too. So yeah, lots of different opportunities to making sure that you are getting contacted with an Amazon representative. So yeah, be on the lookout.
So not a question, but thank you so much to Way Up Events for putting this together. And actually, thank you, Josh, for actually putting the time to put together the presentation. Yeah, Lexi and I are very appreciative that Josh does this all for us. So thank you, Josh.
Plus one, thank you.
Oh, awesome. And you guys are great. But yeah, well, thank y'all so much for attending. Hope everyone has a great rest of your school day. I know it's a Wednesday, halfway there, almost gonna be the weekend. And yeah, any other questions, feel free to look out for that email, connect with us. Alexi, myself, Ben, we'd love to connect and help in any way that we can. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to our Way Up representative.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for this amazing presentation, this amazing content. So excited to learn more about Amazon myself, and I hope you all were too. As mentioned, if you want to learn more about their amazing opportunities, you can check out their Way Up profile. That link's in the chat right now. And yeah, hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day.